saw that his mother is Vaerika Shtráuss, and she is from Hungary. So I thought, okay, just a coincidence, and I left the computer and went to see the television. Luckily, and lucky for everybody of us, my daughter Tal was at home, and I told her about this headline, and she said, okay, maybe there is some connection to the Shtráuss family, and after 2 to 3 minutes, she told me that there is a strong connection, and that Vaerika is probably second cousin of me, probably. And I wrote an email to Vaerika, and she responded. And probably it was a big surprise for her. She told me that she knew almost nothing about this side of the family. And as Humphrey Bogart said at the end of Casablanca, it is probably the beginning of a wonderful friendship. Later on, we shall see a small, short film that I made. It's very short. We should be standing down in the basement. And Vaerika, can you say some words about your history from Hungary to Israel and Australia?
Oh goodness, that's a big one. Maybe I'll start. The history from Hungary to Australia I've actually written, so that's a nice story because my children really didn't know the Shtráuss family. My father passed away in Australia in 1962, and my mother also before my children were born. So my family in Australia don't know very much about my family. They know the American side of the family, and they know my husband's side. My husband has a sister who lives here in Ramat HaSharon with 3 girls and the extended family, so we're quite close. So they know that side of the family. So I have written my story because in case one day my son becomes famous, he should know where he comes from. But I've had a long, long association with Israel. I think when I was about 20, in my second year of university, I came to Israel so I should find a husband. And I stayed with Marty, my cousin, whose mother was my father's brother, and Pessy, and we stayed in touch all these years, and it was a wonderful couple of months, and of course I didn't make a shidduch, and I went back to Australia to finish university. And then I finished university and went to live in England, perhaps on my way to come to Aliyah, but as it so happened it was 1967, and 1967 my husband was a Mitnadev and I was in London, and I was also going to leave my job and come, but he came first. I had already met him in Australia, so he sort of came to Israel and I joined him, and we got married in Israel in 1967. And that was the time when Pessy, Marty's late mother, knew the Shtráusses existed, and what my memory is, there were 4 Shtráuss men. Maybe I should say this in Hungarian, so more people could understand.
שלמה, אתה היית בחתונה שלה?
כן.
ב-67.
ב-67.
אני זוכרת את החתונה.
כן.
הרב הראשי, הרב גורן, הוא היה מסדר חופה לקידושים. אני הייתי ילדה קטנה.
באיזה מקום זה היה? ברמת גן?
לא, בתל אביב משהו, אולי אפילו...
איפה? הוא בביירות. איפה עם כל החתונות?
או בעולמות, או זה היה שמה ליד בית הדין שמה.
I will think about it in a minute. It was Rabbi Goran Shul. He wasn't there, but his deputy. So he came in a military uniform and he married us, and the 4 Strauss brothers came to the wedding. So that is at the point at which I knew there were 4 Strauss brothers.
There are no pictures though.
No pictures because we weren't very rich, we were poor. Actually, one Australian had a film and he made a film of the wedding, but really, Marty has one photo, she showed me the other day. Kev, 2 photos, Kev one. So I went back to Australia and that's where I had my life.
Emlékszem, amikor a Máté anyja mesélte, hogy lesz az esküvő, és mondja, hogy milyen, nem tudom, azt mondja, ki a fiú, de nagyon boldog Erika.
משהו צריך לתרגם את זה לעברית. את מבינה את אני שמעתי לך שזה יגיע לבית השם.
2 ילדים ו5 נכדים.
Anyhow, so נמבה סלטם או מודר או סגרו, the mother or son selected.
English is better.
English is better. Okay, I was born a long time ago before the war in Budapest, and clearly survived. Most of the family survived the war. We went then back to Mako after the war, but left Hungary in 1948 and arrived in Australia in 1950. So there were my mother and my 2 sisters and myself. One of my sisters is no longer alive, my youngest, and she's buried in Jerusalem. She went to live in America and has had 5 children. My other sister married in Israel and actually lived in Argentina and lives in Argentina. And she has 3 children. Her daughter lives in America, in New Rochelle, and that daughter has 4 children, and one of them is in New Rochelle working at the moment. So really my life has been in Australia, but over the last 50 years I've been to Israel every few years, but somehow have not ended up in the Strauss part of the world. And I'm very, very sorry. I was saying before that in 1967 when, women's lib and I was a bit progressive, I wanted to keep the Strauss name because it's much nicer than my married name. And I tried for 3 years to work and be Strauss, but it was too difficult, so I gave it away.
You are lucky that Harry is not here.
He's used to hearing the story. He's quite progressive too. But anyhow, so I'm not a Strauss. I'm a Freudenberg. And my son's a Freudenberg, and my daughter works as a Freudenberg. But she's also given away her name. But there we are. There's obviously a lot of Strausses, and I did know there were some Strausses in Canada. I believe there were some. Yeah?
There's 4 more cousins.
Right. So I knew, but we didn't keep the contact. And there wasn't the technology. So, and my parents passed away quite early. My mother, she passed away in 1974. So the contact was really lost.
She lived in America.
No,
She-
in London.